Welcome to today's land auction via AuctionCast, the most informative method to buy and sell land at auction. I'm your host, Tyler Tissue with Land Pros, and I'm joined by Brian Haugen on my left here. Brian, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. I'm Brian Haugen. I'm the broker auction manager for today's farm, DJG Farms. Thanks.
Yeah, excellent. On my right here, I have Craig Borchert with Ascent Financial. Craig, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself as well?
Sure. Thanks, Tyler. My name's Craig Borchert. I'm the consulting director at Ascent Financial. And at Ascent, we help farmers and agribusiness with estate and transition planning and help advise them on transactions.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to hear what you break down on this farm here later on today. So today we will be selling the DJG farm. This is 188.84 acres, and it's located in Dakota County, Minnesota. This is selling as 4 tracts. Tract 1 is 40.36 acres with a CPI of 55.5. Tract 2 is 33.36 acres with a CPI of 41.6. Tract 3, 108.46 acres, CPI of 38.5. And last but not least, Tract 4, 2.66 acres with a CPI of 39. So, Brian, before we get going here, you had a couple of points you're wanting to bring up about this farm in particular here?
Yeah, Tyler, thank you. There's a lot of moving parts to this. Of course, this is 188 and some change acres. And we're going to sell this in 4 separate parcels. So for you folks online, you can look in the documents section in the tabs of the auction information, or you can go to just landpros.com and click on the property itself, and you'll see the auction booklet in there. And we're going to go through the auction booklet right now, and we're going to talk about these tracts and talk about some of the things that make up this farm. So 4 separate parcels. We are going to sell these choice. So what that means is highest bidder has choice. They can take 1 parcel, 2 parcels. They can take any combination thereof, or they can take the whole farm and the auction's over. So that's really important. We're going to be bidding by the deeded acre. So the bid price that you all see on the screen, we have a bid price of $5,000. That is times the deeded acres on the parcel or parcels that you would like. So just so everyone online understands, everyone here in studio understands, deeded acres times the acres. Now, these acres may be subject to change after a certified survey. The farm has already been surveyed, okay? Farm is surveyed. We know it's 188.8 some odd acres in entirety. So 188.84 off the survey. But now if we split this up, and let's say buyer number 1 buys tract 1 and somebody else buys tract 2, we're going to have to survey those 2 tracts separately, okay? So the acres may change just slightly, but it'll all add up to the 188. So today we're going to sell this by the deeded acre times the acres plus or minus. That could change a little bit depending on the certified survey. So the seller will do that at the seller's cost. So that will not be a cost to the buyer. So the seller will provide a survey, either entirety if you buy the entire farm, or whichever parcel you may choose here on buyer's choice. So those documents, like I said, are online, auction booklet or documents tab here of Bid Wrangler. So let's get into it just a little bit. If we want to talk about tract 1, I'm just going to start at the top. Tract 1 is 40.36 plus or minus acres, with approximately 35.34 acres of tillable farmland, okay? So another important aspect of this farm, we, to disclose here, we spent ample time with Ravenna Township talking about building eligibilities, okay? So the density of, if this tract is by itself, the density of the potential building entitlements are 4, okay? And each tract has a building entitlement eligibility on each tract. Now, if you buy the whole thing, you get them all. If you buy one, you get that. So we are not guaranteeing a building permit. We are not guaranteeing that you can build the house you want to build. That's all per ordinance. But we've spent time. Ravenna went on a public meeting, and they figured out the density of this property, and this is what we're disclosing to you. The seller is not guaranteeing you a building permit. We're telling you what Ravenna Township told us as far as building eligibility. So what's going to happen if we separate these tracts? The seller, at the seller's expense, will be doing a land split application with the survey to Rivanna Township, and they've given our blessing to split it the way you see it here, tract 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So, if you look at the GIS at the county level, Dakota County, okay, there's 2 GIS parcels, okay? And we're going to split each of them once. That's permitted per the county ordinance, and that's what we're going to do if they get split up. If you buy the whole farm, we don't have to split anything up. You just get it with the density, you get it with the survey, you buy the whole farm. So that's that. So hopefully that's clear. If you got any questions, you can see my number on the screen here. You can give us a call or send us a quick text or even an email. Any way you need to get a hold of us, if you have a question on that, please give a call. We have people standing by to help take these calls. So, tract 2, 33.36 plus or minus acres, again, subject to survey, with about 26.73 tillable acres with CPI of 41.6. Okay, there is an easement that runs between tract 1 and tract 2, and you can all see that on the maps. That there's a road that accesses the properties to the east off from Orlando Avenue. So you'll see that. That'll be an easement that runs through the middle of tract 1 and tract 2. So that tract, we're told by Rivanna Township, has up to 3 building entitlements. Okay, just so we're clear. Tract 3, moving south. Access, as you can see from the maps, if you all want to follow along, either in the book or online, you can see on the south side of tract 3 off 190th, there's 2 deeded, so you actually own, it's not an easement. You see 2 little fingers off the south that touch 190th, okay? You will own that. That is your access. It's your legal, that's a deeded access. It's not easement. So you will own that with tract 3, and that's how you'll access tract 3, okay? So tract 3 is 108.46 plus or minus acres, subject to survey, with approximately 77 tillable acres, okay? 38.5 on the CPI. Now, Rivanna Township has told us that their density exploration will allow up to 12 building entitlements on tract 3. So, of course, not guaranteeing you, again, a building permit, just building entitlements per the county's current zoning, which is currently zoned ag. Okay, moving on, we have tract 4. That is 2.66 acres, small little piece right on 316 Red Wing Avenue. That we are told by Rivanna Township has 1 building entitlement if we split this farm accordingly. So that's the way we're going to do it. We're not going to split it any differently because we want to follow the township's guidelines, okay? So that's the 4 tracts. Just so everyone remembers, we're going to sell these per deeded acre, okay, times the amount of acres. So, Greg, do you want to go over the terms and conditions for today's sale?
I will. Thank you. We're going to go over the terms and the conditions. The method of sale today, bidding will be dollars per deeded acre using the buyer's choice. Now remember that, dollars per deeded acre using the buyer's choice. You can buy parcel 1, parcel 2, parcel 3, parcel 4. You could buy a combination of them, or you could buy them all. High bidder has their choice. The deeded acres may change because of a survey or other factors, which they may, in which case the total sales price will be adjusted to reflect that. Seller reserves the right to accept or reject any or all bids. The auction company and the seller reserve the right to preclude any person from bidding if there is any concern as to the person's credentials or fitness to bid or enter into a contract. Land Pros and Auction Cast are working, we are representatives and working for the seller. The taxes will be paid by the buyer, the 223 taxes, and taxes are current now. You pay 23s and 23s. They paid the 22s and previous, and you'll have possession in 2023. The sale is subject to all easements, restrictions of record, covenants, and leases. Each bidder is responsible for conducting their own inquiries and due diligence efforts at their own risk concerning the subject property. All property is sold as is, where is, with no warranties. The closing date is on or before March 15, 2023. The contracts and title, immediately upon the conclusion of the auction, the highest bidder will enter into real estate contract/purchase agreement and will provide funds for earnest money to be deposited in the real estate and auction company. Those checks will be made out to Land Pros Trust account. Seller will provide updated abstract or owner's title insurance policy and clear title at their expense. Sale is not contingent upon buyer's financing. Terms and possession. Today we're going to have 10% non-refundable down the day of the auction. Balance is due on or about March 15, 2023. A 2% buyer premium added to the final purchase price, which will give you the total price. Cash or approved financing with no financing contingency allowed. So, seller can accept or reject any or all bids. This is not an absolute auction. The current acres are estimated, and the final purchase price will be adjusted to certify actual surveyed acres. These tracts will be subject to survey at the seller's expense. If the tracts are sold separately, I would presume if they sell to go, you're just going to sell them all to go. If somebody buys them all, it's going to buy 180. It's all to go. Any statement made day of auction takes precedence over printed material. All information provided herein was obtained from sources deemed reliable, but neither the auction company or the seller guarantees its accuracy. Building entitlements are not a guarantee of the building site or seller, or seller's broker or buyers should do their own due diligence. So it sounds like we have a possibility of a lot of building sites. And one thing I noticed, Brian, just before we start here, the soil types are really conducive to home building. You can't build homes or buildings in muck soil. Then you gotta add soils. These soils are perfect for building, and I'm sure someone's going to get a great buy here today, and down the road they're going to make some money on this. Now, with that, is there anything else we need to add?
Yeah. Farms, if they buy this, we have interested parties in that, for operating rent. The farm is open for 2023 to come right in and operate. So new buyer can come in, operate this farm in 2023, or if they're looking for a qualified tenant, we sure can help them with that.
That we are going to start the auction sale, and we have 6,000 now. I had 5,000 on the floor. We got $6,000 on the internet. So I got 6,000. Who gives 7,000 per deeded acre? Would you give 7,000, sir? 7. Thank you. Now 8. Now 8,000. At 8,000. Now, but online, you're off. At 7 to now 8. 7 to now 8,000. Now would you give 8? Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now 7 to now 8. I've got 7 on the floor. Now 8. At 7 to now 8. You got the wrong number up there. 7 to now 8. At 7. I get 7,000. Now 8. Thank you. $8,000 now but an 8. Now would you give 8? Now but an 8. Now online, you're out. At 7 to now 8. Now would you give 8? Now but an 8,000. 8,000 to bid a buy. Now would you give $8,000? Now would you give 8? Now but an 8. Now but an $8,000. Now but help yourself here, folks. At 7 to now 8,000. Got $8,000 now. Would you give 8? Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now but an $8,000 forward. 7. Now 8. I got 7 on the floor. Now 8,000. Got $8,000 now. Would you give 8? Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now but an $8,000 bid. 7 to now 8. Now would you give 8? Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now would you give 8? 7 to now 8. Hot 7 to now $8,000. Now would you give 7 to now 8,000. Got 7 to now $8,000. Now would you give 7 to now 8. Now would you give 8? Now but an 8. Now would you give 8 forward. That's 7,000. Now 8. Got 7,000. Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now 989. You are out. 7. Now 8,000. That's 7 to now $8,000 bid. 7 to now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now but an 8. Now would you give 8 forward. 7. Now 8,000. Got $8,000 now. Would you give 8? Now, I'll tell you what. Let's try. You got 8? 8,000. Thank you. Now 9. At 9. But a 9. But a 9. Would you get 9, sir? At 9. Thank you. Now you're out again. At 8,000. Right. At now 9. At 9. Would you get 9? 9. Would you get 9? 9. Would you got 8,000? Now 9. At 8,000. Now I got 9. Now 10. At 10. I would get 9 here. Now 10. You're out. At 9. I would get 10. I would get 10. 11. At 11. I would get 11, sir. At 11. Now at 11. I would get 11. At 11 and now 12. At 11 and now 12. I'm at 11 on the floor. On the internet, you're out. 11 and now 12. At 11 and now 12. Now would get 12. Now would get 11 and now 12. Now would 11 and now 12. 11,000. Now 12. Then help yourself here. At 11,000. Now 12. Now would get 12. Now would get 11 and now 12. 11 and now 12, 12, nobody get 12, 12, number 11 and now 12, 12, number 11 and now 12. On 11 and now 12, 12, nobody get 11 and now 12, 12, nobody get 12, 12, nobody get 12. I got 11 on the floor. 12,000, you are out at 12,000. On 12,000, now we get 12, 12, now we get 12, 12, now 11 and now 12. On 11 and now 12, 12, now we get 11. How about 11,500? 11,500. On 11,500, now we get 11,500. Hey, but 11,500, up to 500, up to 500, up to 500, up to 500, up to 11,500. On 11,500. 11,000, now 500. Got 11,000. Now, internet bidders, you are out. Help yourself here. We got 11,000, now 500. Got 11,000, now but a 500, now we give 500, up to 500, up to 500, up to 500, up to 500, not a bid for it. 11,000, now 500. On 11,500, 11,500, we give 500, up to 500, up to 500, up to 500, up to 500. 11,500. Brian, do we need a recess right here, maybe? A little recess. Let's just take a couple of minutes. We got 11,000 on the floor, and we're going to take a couple of minute recess. Probably talk about the farm a little bit here. And so I'll turn it back to you guys.
So just to recap here, we started off at $3,000 an acre here to start, and this thing we're all the way up to $11,000 an acre on this. So now it is choice, so we don't know what they're going to end up taking. So there's a lot of different options for them. But right. Brian, let's talk a little bit more about this farm and what the options are with so many different tracks.
Right. Thanks, Tyler. So everybody, like Tyler said, we started at 3,000. We're at 11,000 is the current bid. Now, 11,000, we have a live audience here today, along with a long list of internet buyers. So we're going to make sure we take our time and we talk to everyone here. Right now, our live floor bid is winning at 11,000 per deeded acre for whichever parcel they choose. Now, remember, everyone following along at home or online, if they take this farm, if they take all 4 tracks, it's over.
It's gone. Yep.
It's gone. They may take 1, they may take 2, they may take them all. So if there is a piece of property, online bidders, that you would like to own today, you have to keep bidding. We are not going to open the auction back up where once the parcel is sold, it is sold. So if there is a tract, if you're looking for tract 1 today, if you're looking for tract 4 to build a home, they will be gone if the floor buyer at $11,000 per acre decides he's going to take that farm. I want to be super clear about that. It's $11,000 times the deeded acres, and the auction will be over. So internet, you are out, and you are going to want to bid. You can click the bidding buttons on your screen, or you can call the number on your screen if you're having any problems. So we are going to start this auction back up here, and just remember, you only get one chance to buy a farm.
Okay, yeah, we had a little recess. Brian talked about these really nice farms here. If you're looking for a farm, help yourself here. I mean, there's some real potential down the road for development, building houses. I mean, look, there's houses all the way around a couple of these properties. So, kind of help yourself there. Now, we have $11,000 bid on the floor. Now we got 11,500 on the internet. Would you give 12,000, sir? At $12,000, now would you get 12, 12, now would you get 12? Your choice, anyone you want. 12,000. At 12,000. 12,000. Thank you. Now 5. At 12,000, now but a 5. Internet, you're out. I got 12,000 on the floor. The internet bidder is out. 12,500. At 12,500, but give 500, up at 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 12,500. 12,500. Now 13,000. At floor bidder, you're out. 13,000, sir. At $13,000, now would you get 13, 13, now but a 13. Your choice now. 13. Hey, but a 13,000. Thank you. Now 13,500. Internet bidder, you're out. At 13,000, now but a $500, now would you get $500 bid? 13,000, now but a $500, now would you get 500, up at a 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 500. 13,000, now 500. 13,000 now, but a $500 now, but on the floor. I'm in on the floor. On the internet, I'm out. Up 13,500. At 13,500, but give 500, up at a 500, up at a 500, up at a 500, up at a 500, up at help yourself here. 13,500. Thank you. Now 14. At 14, I'm in on the internet. Now 14, sir. At 15. Thank you. I got 15,000 on the floor. All right, now 16. Hey, but a 15, now 16. I got $15,000 bid on the floor. Now 16. Hey, but a 15, now 16. Up 15, now 16. You got to change it to 15. 15,000 on the floor. Now 16. Hot 15, now 16. Thank you. Now to 15, now 16,000. 15,000, now 16, 16, now to $16,000 bid. 15,000, now 16, 16, now to 16,000. Got 15, now 16,000. Hot 15, now 16,000. What do you say here, folks? I'll tell you what. You're going to have down the road here another year, 2, 5 years, 10, or whatever it is. We got 16,000. Now the floor bidder, you're out. 17, sir. Hot 16, 17. Hot 17, nobody gets 17, 17, nobody gets 17, nobody at 18,000. 18,000, now online bidder, you're out. I got 17 on the floor, 18,000. Hot 17, nobody at 18, 18, nobody at 18, 18, nobody at $18,000 bid. 17, nobody at 18, 18, nobody at 18. Hot 17, 17, you got to change that. 17, now 17, nobody at 18, 18, nobody at 18. Hot 17, online bidder, you're out. 18,000 to you. Hot 17 here, now 18. Hot 17, number 18, 18, number 18, 18, number 18. $18,000 now would give 18, 18, 18, now but 19. Now 19, sir. Hot 19, now would get 19, now would get 19, now would get $19,000 bid for it. 19, on the floor, you're out. 19,000. Got $19,000 now would get 19, 19, we get 19. 19, I got 18 online, now 19, sir. Got 19, thank you. Now 20. Hot 19 on the floor, now 20. Hot 20, 20, now we get 20, 20, now we get 24. 19, now 20. Hot 19, now 20. Online bidder, number 780, you are out. Oh, 20, now 21, sir. Hot $21,000, now we get 21, 21, 2. 21, now we do 2, now we get 2, now we get 21. I got 21 on the floor, now 2. Hot 21, now we do, online, you're out. Hot 21, now we do 2, now we get 2, now we get 2, number 780, you're out again. I got 21 right here. Now 2. Hot $2,000, 22. Thank you. Now 23, sir. You're out. At 23, now we get 3, 3, now to 3, 3, 3, now to 4. Hot 23 on the floor, and now 4. Hot 24, now we get 24,000. Hot $24,000, now we get 24, 4, now we get 4, 4, now we get 4. Online, you're out. 24, now 5. Hot 25, sir. Hot 25, we get 25, we get 25, we get 25, we get 25. Hot 25, we get 25, we get 25. $25,000 now, we get 24. 24 online, 25 to you. Hot 25, we get 5. 24 and a half, now 5. I got 24 and a half on the floor. Now 25 online. 25, we get 5, 5, up to 5, 5, up to 5, 5, up to 5, 4. 24 and a half, now 5. I am at a 5, thank you, 25. Now 500. 25, 500, sir. Hey, but a 500 now, we get 500 out of bid. 25,500 to you. Hot 25, 5. Now 25.5, now 25.5, now 26. 25.5 and now 6. 25.5 and now $6,000 now we get 26,000. Online, you're out again. At $26,000 now we get 26. Thank you. Now 5, sir. 26.5. At 26.5, 5 up to 5, 5 up to 5, 5 up to 5, 5 up to 5, 4. 26,000. Now 500. You came here to buy. Just go ahead. 26.5. Now 7. Hot $27,000 now we get 27. 27 now we get 7, 7 now we get 7, 4. 26.5 on the floor. Now 27. At 27 now we get 7, 7, 7 now 27.5. 27.5 now we get $500 now we get $500 bid for it. 27.5, sir. At 27.5 we get 5, 5 up to 5. 27.5, 28. At 28 online, you're out. At 28 now we give 8, 8 now we get 8, 8 now we get 8, 8 now we give 8, 4. 27.5 now 8. At $8,000 now we give 8, 8 now 28,000 to bid. Now 5. 28.5, sir. 28.5, high up at 5, 28.5, now 9. At 9, online, you're out. At 29, 9, but a 9, but a 9, but a 9, but a 780, you're out again. At $29,000. 29 to you, sir. What do you get? 29, 9, but a 9, but a 9. Or, man, 29,000. 29, now 20, 29.5. 29.5 right here. At 29.5, high up at a 5, high up at a, your turn again, sir. At 29.5, thank you. Now 30,000. At $30,000, now what do you get? $30,000 bid. 29.5 and now 30. $30,000 now, when you get 30, 30 now, when you get $30,000 now, when you get 29.5. Now 30,000. Thank you, 30,500. 30,500 on floor. You are out. At 30,500. What do you say? 30. Is that a bid, sir? 30,500. 30,500 now, when you get $500 now, when you get $500 bid for it. 30,500. At 30,500 now, when you get 500 up to 500 up to 500 up to 500. Now $31,000. $31,000 now we get 31. Online, you're out. At 31. 30,500 up to 31. 31 up to 1, 1, 1 up to 1, 1 up to 31. At 31, 1 up to 1, 1 up to 1, 31,000. 31,000. Now, what do you get? 1, 1, up at a 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 1, 31, 31, 31, 30,500. Now 31. At 31, 31. Now 500, sir. 31,5, 31,5. What do you give? 5, up at a 5, 5. How about just give me 32? At 32, you all done? 31,5, $31,500 now. What do you give? $500 now? That's just another $500. 500, 31,5, 31,5. You came here to buy, just go ahead and do it. 31,5. Don't go home tonight and say, boy, I wished I would have. I wish I could have. I didn't, but I didn't do it. Give me 31,5. What's that? Yeah, that's what they tell us. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Right.
Home setbacks, that's all on you. But the current zoning per Ivana Township says the building, and this is ag, so they didn't talk about commercial. This is ag for a dwelling. So it is for a dwelling, a home eligibility.
Might as well give me 32. Just give me 32. I got 31. Give me 32, sir. 32. Not 32. 31,5. 31,5. You've been a good bidder. I know you want to buy it. Don't leave home. Don't leave here without it. $31,500. Hey, but a $31,500 now would give 500. 31,5, sir. 31,5. 31,5. 31,5. What do you say? 31,5. 31,5. At 31,5. Now but a 5. Now but a 5. Now but it's your turn. You've been a great bidder, and we do not want to walk out of here if you don't want it. If you want to bid one more time, would you give 31,5, sir? 31,5. They say, yeah, go for it. 31,500. At 31,5. 31,5. Hot up at a 5. You say 5. Thank you. 31,5. Now 32. 32 online. You're out. 31,500. Now about a 3,200 with 32,000. 32 to bid a buying. 32,000. Number 780. You're out. At 32,000 on the internet. You're out. At 32. I'm on floor right here at 31,500. Now give me 32. $32,000. Now we get 32. What do you get? 30. When you're done, we're done. 32,000. One more time. 32. What are you gonna do? 32. 32. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Now what are you gonna do? Now what are 31,500? Now to number 780. You are out. Would you give? What's that? The internet is out. If you want this, you got to bid one more time. Would you give 32? Because if you're done, we're done. At 32,000. 31,500. Now 2. At 31,500. Now 2. Now what are you gonna do? Now what are you gonna do? Now what are you all done? 32. 32. 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 31,500 right over here. Now 32, 32, 32, 32. What do you get? 32. What do you get? 32. I think we're done here, aren't we, on this first round? 32. The internet's out. Are you all done? I'm gonna give you 15 seconds. Okay, you guys count the 15 seconds. 31.5. Now 2. Up 31.5. Now 2. Now what do you get? 2. Now what do you get? What's that? 31.5. Well, he's either going to do it or he ain't going to do it. 31.5. Now 2. I'm going to do 2. Now what do you do? 2. Now what do you do? I'm going to wrap it up here. 31.5. Now 2. Now 2. He's been watching. He knows what's going on. 31.5. Now 2. They're on the phone. Oh, they're on the phone. All right. Well, we got to wait till he gets off the phone. 31.5. And now 2. I'm going to 31.5. And now 2. 2. Now what do you do? 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 2. Now 2. 2. Now but a 31.5. Now 2. 31,500. Now but a 32,000. 32 to bid a buy. I'm going to buy him at a $32,000 bid. $32,000. Now we get 32. 31.5 and now 2. Now we get 2. Now we get 2. Now we all done. 31.5 and now 2. I'm going to let her go. I think it's time to let her go. We got 31.5, 32. Let's put her in the bank right over there. 31.5, number 352, and I suppose that's subject to the seller. Yeah, and he will, but we got to talk to him. But anyway, that's the number right there. Do you want them all, sir? You just take them all for that? You just take them all? Which one do you want? Which one? You know, I kind of knew that, but I was hoping for something different. I was hoping you're going to say, I'm going to take them all. But anyway, he takes parcel number 4. Parcel number 4. Parcel number 4, and we got the number written down, is the buyer number. All right, there we go. Now, we're going to start over here again. You guys want to talk a little bit more about, we're going to shoot it over there.
Yep. No, we'll talk about it.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, so we start off at $3,000 an acre, went to 11, now we're at 31,500. But they end up taking tract 4, which is 2.66 acres. More of a buildable type tract, so it completely makes sense as far as that price being up there so high. And I guess, and Brian, you even alluded to, it can be split at 2 different tracks essentially on that.
Yeah. So tract 4 is the smallest track, right
Yeah.
along 316. So we're going to sell that lot pending seller approval, of course. And we're going to get back into this auction sale here in just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So we have tract number 1, tract number 2, and tract number 3 left. So tract 1 is approximately 40 acres.
Yep.
Okay. Tract 2 is approximately, let's get to our map.
33.
33 acres and some change. And then we'll have tract 3, which is 108.46. Now we're going to start this back up. And what we're going to do is accept bids, and we're going to start over again. Whomever would like to buy any combination or all of the tracks.
Yeah, it's buyer's choice. So obviously they got the choice between 1, 2, and 3 here. At this point here. So we'll put it out there, and then we'll see what everybody does. So we're going to take a quick break here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start this auction right back up.
We are back. Parcel number 4 is gone. We're at $31,500 per dated acre. We have parcels 1, 2, and 3 left. We have a starting bid on the floor of $3,000. Who would give $4,000 for this parcel? Each 1, 2, 3, or 4, whichever one you want, you can take them all. We got $3,000 now. Who'd give 4? At $3,000 now, but a $4,000 now. Would you give 4 now, but a $4,000 bid for it? $3,000 now, 4. Hey, but a 4, now would you give 4, now would you give 4, now would you give 4,000. 3,000 now, 4. Got $4,000 now would you give 4, now would you give 3,000 now, but a $4,000 bid. 3,000 a bid on the floor. Now 4,000. Got $4,000 now would you give 4, now would you give 4, now would you give 4, now would you give $4,000 for it. 3,000 now, 4. Got $4,000 now would you give 3 and 4. 3,000 now, 4, now would you give 4, now would you give 4,000. 4,000 to bid. Buy them at 4,000. Out 3,000 now, 4,000. Got 4,000. All you online bidders, you're just standing there looking at us now. I'll tell you what, here's some real good property for the money. We got 3,000. Now, who gave 4,000 for it? 3,000 now, 4. Hey, but a 4, now would you give 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 4,000. 3,000 now, 4. How about 3,500? Who'd give 35? Out 35, would you give 5, out of 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 3,500. 30,000 on the floor, now 35. 35, would you give 5, out of 5, out of 5, out of 5, out of 5 for it. 3,000, now 5. Hot 5, out of 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 5, now would you get 3,500. 35 to bid to buy, I'm going to buy, I'm going to 35, would you get 35? 35, would you get 35, would you get 35, would you get 35, would you get 35? Got 35, would you get 35, would you get 30? They must have had a coffee break, everybody. I think everybody's on break. We took a break, so I think they decided to take one too. We got 3,000, now 35. At 35 to bid to buy, I'm going to buy 35. Thank you. Now 4,000, sir. Hey, but a $4,000 now, would you get 35? Now 4. At 35 and now 4, now would you get 35 and 4? 35 on the internet, now 4,000. At $4,000 now, would you get 4, now would you get 4, now would you get 4, thank you, 4,000, now 45. 4,000 on the floor, now 45. Got 45, bidder 331, you are out. At 4,000, now 45. At 45, would you get 5, help yourself here today. Hey, but a 45. At 45, would you get 45, would you get 45, would you get 45. 45 to bid to buy, but a 45, would you get 5, 5. 45, would you get 5, 5, 45. 45. At 45 to bid to buy, but a 45, would you get 5, 5, bidder 331 on the internet. You are out. Got 4,000, now 45. At 45, would you get 5, 5, 45. 45 to bid to buy, but a 45, would you get 45. 4,000 right here, now 45. Got 45 to bid to buy, but a 45, would you get 45, would you get 45, would you get 45. At 45, now you can't tell me this is high. No, it isn't. Here's why right here. Help yourself. Don't be a part of the Wished I Woulda Club. I talk about it every auction sale. You get home and you wish you would have bought it. You wish you would have bid on it. and you're sitting talking to your wife, or your wife talking to your husband, or whoever you're talking to, and you say, I wished I would have done that. I wished I would have bought that because that was really, 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 the price was right on that. Now, this farm, of course, has multi-use. You can not only farm it, but you can also down the road probably could use it for a housing development. You make a fortune. So it's up to you. Help yourself right here. We got 4,000, now 45. The internet bidder, all the internet bidders, you are out. Would you give 45? 45 to bid, I'm going to buy, I'm going to 45. Would you give 5, I'm going to 45. 45, now would you give 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 45. At 45, would you give 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 45. 4,000, now 45. Got 4,000, now 45. Would you give 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 5, I'm going to 5. Would you give 45? At 45, would you give 45? Would you give 45? Would you give 4,500? 4,500 the bid. At 4,500, now would you give 45? Would you give 45? Would you give 45? Well, let's try 4,250 and see how we do there. At 4,000, now 42 and a half. At 42 and a half, would you give 4,250? 42 and a half, would you give 42 and a half? Would you give 42 and a half? Would you give 4,250? At 42 and a half, we sold one this morning. 4,250. Now 45, sir. At 45, you're out on the floor. At 45, sir, would you give 45? 45, would you give 5, up to 5, up to 45, would you give 45? Thank you. On the floor, I got 45. Now 47 and a half. On the internet, you're out. At 45 now, 7 and a half, would you get 7 and a half forward? 45 now, 7 and a half. I sold a farm this morning for $15,050 an acre. And I'm going to tell you what, it wasn't 3 times better than this one. There is no way. So I got 45 on the floor. Who'd give 47 and a half? At 45, 7 and a half. Number 331, you're out. At 45, 7 and a half. Now help yourself here. 45, 7 and a half. Would you give 45 and now 7 and a half? At 45 now, 7 and a half. Would you give 45? 750. At 45, 7 and a half. Would you give 45? 7 and a half. At 45 now, 7 and a half. Would you give 45? 750. $750 bid. 45 on the floor. 7 and a half on the internet. You are out. You're out, out, out. 45, 7 and a half. 45 the bid. Now 750. 45 now, 7 and a half. Would you give 45? 750. At 45 now, 7 and a half. At 45, 7 and a half. Would you give 45? 7 and a half. At 45 now, 7 and a half. Would you give 45? 750. At 45, Brian, what we're going to do? We're going to take a little recess. I got 4,500 on the floor, and we're asking for 47 and a half. We're going to take a little recess right now. Just kind of take a little break because we know it's a big deal when you're buying a farm. We want to give you plenty of time. We got all day to sell this farm. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Tyler, and Tyler's going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the farm business. And there you go, Tyler.
So welcome back, everybody here. So we started off at $3,000 an acre, and now we're all the way up to $4,500 an acre here. So Craig, let's talk a little bit about the financials on this farm and how you view it as a financial analyst.
Sure.
Just to explain a little bit about this thing and what you've seen and learned in this.
Sure, Tyler. So I took a look at this about kind of thinking about what would this rent for was the question that I was trying to answer. So we have actual 2022 yields for corn and soybeans on this farm.
Okay.
And for soybeans it was 29 and for corn 110. And when we back that into the Land Pros Farm Management flex lease design, we have a rent of about $199, $200 thereabout for rent that we would expect to see from this farm. And so
let's just clarify here. So flex lease here, you're talking, hey, we're saying what the overall revenue is. So if we're saying it's, I guess in this case, like, $750 or something like that, we're saying that this is going to end up being a third of whatever that is essentially, and going
a third for the corn and about 40% for the beans.
Okay.
Yep. So there's a little bit of a difference there that kind of gets us to that 199 number. And if we kind of look at how this would perform, if it would continue to appreciate at about 6.5% and crop prices continue to go up at the 50-year average rate that they have been, we're looking at a 10-year projected total return of 12.49%. Now we know that this land is close to a city and there's development potential, so it could very much appreciate much faster than 6.5%.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a conservative number that we use for the calculation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great numbers there, Craig. And for you buyers that are out there, I mean, I hope you understand this. If you don't, give us a call here. But this is how a lot of us, especially in the Land Pros Management, farm management side here, how we're trying to approach the farm lease, and how we come to farmers and how we find it to work favorable for both parties, both the owner and the renter. But we're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, we're going to get the auction started back up again. Stay with us.
Well, we had a little break. We like to have breaks. I'll tell you what, I like recesses during land auctions. We're not selling pots and pans here. We are selling real estate. And anytime we're selling real estate, we have to give everybody an ample opportunity to talk to their husband, their wives, their banker, whoever they got to do. They got to run the computer. I mean, we just like to give everybody a lot of time. If we book this sale this afternoon at 2 o'clock, I mean, I don't have to be back here until 10 in the morning. So I guess we can see. Are you guys ready to stay here till 10 in the morning? Yeah, there you go. So, but anyway, here's what we're going to do. I got 45 on the floor. I was asking for 47.50. Will somebody give 47 and a half? Hot 4,700 now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 47.50. 45, now 7.5. Hot 45, 7.5, but to give 45, 7.5. 7.5, thank you, 5,000. Hot $5,000 now, but to give 5, hot up at a 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 5, 5, sir. $5,000. Got $5,000 now, but to give 5, hot up at a 5, thank you, 5,000. Now 52 and a half. Hot 5,000 on the floor, now 2.5. Online, you are out. Hot 52 and a half. Got 5,200 now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 52.50. 5,200 now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 5,200 now, but a 50. Boy, they're really slow today. The guy online just really slow. I think he just wants to work the old man here. 5,250. I got 5,000. Now 5,200, now 50. 5,200 now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 50, 50, now, but help yourself here. 52.50, 52.50. Now 55, sir. At 55. 55, hot up at a 5. I got 52 and a half on the internet. Now would you give 55? 55, hot up at a 5, 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 5,500. 5,500, now would you give 5,500? 52 and a half on the internet. 55, 55, hot up at a 5, 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 sir. 55, thank you. Now 7.5. Hot 55 on the floor on the internet. You're out. 57 and a half. 55 and out, 7.5, to give 55 and out, 7.5. 55 here in the floor, now 750. Hot 700 now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 50, 50, now, but a 50, 50, now, but a $50 bid. 57 and a half now, but to give 57.50. 55 and out, 331, you're out. Hot 57.50. What do you give 5,700 now, but a 50? I got 5,500 on the floor. 57 and a half, sir. Hot 57 and a half, to give 55 now, 7.5. 55 and out, 7.5 to give 55 now, 750. Got 55 now, 7.5 to give 55 now, 7.5. 55 and out, 7.5 to get 7.5. Thank you. Now 6,000. $6,000 now to give. Whoa! The guy on the floor says no, but no doesn't necessarily mean no. When you're buying a piece like that, what's 250, 500? What's $1,000 an acre? Really doesn't. You don't buy a farm for a month or a year or a decade. You buy a farm for a lifetime, several generations. I want you to think, fast forward to 25 years from now. All right, you're going to look back at this and say, well, I should have bid 6,000. I probably would have got that farm. I'm going to tell you, and I said it this morning too, I've never had anybody come up to say in the 50-some years that I've been in this business, I wished I wouldn't have bought that farm. But I have had literally hundreds of people say, I wished I would have bought that farm. Greg, why didn't you push me harder? Why didn't you make me buy that farm? I can't make you do anything. This is a free will auction. But if you came here or you're online to buy this farm, then that's exactly what you should do. Otherwise, you're going to go home and you're going to say, I should have done it. I should have done it. Where are you going to find another opportunity like this, huh? Where are you going to find another farm that you could bid on for $6,000 and probably take it home? Where? I don't know of anywhere. I sold one for 15 this morning, sold one for 11. They're selling for 20, 22, 25 right across the border. You can't tell me they're that much better in Iowa than they are here. They're just not. So we've got $57.50. Now, would you give $6,000, sir? You've been a great bidder. I know you came here to buy that farm. Just go right ahead and help yourself. Would you give $6,000? $6,000 now. Would you get $6,000 now? Would you get $6,000? $6,000 now. Would you get $6,000? Are you sure? Brian, we're going to have a recess right now because I want these gentlemen to think a little bit more about this farm. We got $57.50 online, and we are going to have a little recess, and then we're going to come out here and we're going to get this job done. But we're going to one more recess for everybody. There we go.
Welcome back, everybody. So just to recap here, we were started off at $3,000 per acre, went to 45, and now we're at $57.50 an acre. So, Craig, let's talk a little bit about just historical data of land in general
Yeah.
here. And so I know you have some stuff that you brought up here. Why don't you show the audience a little bit of what you've come up with, as far as some of these prices and why land is such a good investment.
Sure, Tyler. I have a chart here that I'd like to show you about the price of farmland over the last 50 years. And on this chart, as we kind of look at it here, you see how those shaded areas, those are areas of an economic recession.
Yep.
So, in the last 50 years, we've had several recessions, but land has been really unfazed by them. A little bit in the 80s with the blip there, but other than that, pretty insulated
it's
from
been
that.
very, very steady.
Yep, it's been very steady over that period of time.
Yeah.
But I think what's really interesting is the next chart here, and this shows $10,000 invested in farmland 50 years ago. What is that worth today? $202,000 plus today. I mean, it's tremendous growth
Wow.
over that 50-year period,
Yeah.
and that's the type of growth that the next buyer of this farm likely is going to experience. If we look at how long farms are usually held.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, as we've all seen, they're not making any more land.
Nope.
The prices have historically continued to go up. It's a great investment, and we know
It
this.
is. Yep.
We're going to take a short little break here, and when we resume, we'll be getting this auction started right back up. Stay with us.
Yeah, we had another recess. We had 57.5 when I left online. Now I got 5,800 on the floor. Who'd give $5,900? $5,900 now would give 59. Hot 58 now 9, but a 9, forward up to 58 now 9. 58 on the floor, now 59. Hot 59, 9, but a 9, forward up to 5,900. 5,900, now 6,000, sir. Hot $6,000 now would get 6,600, now would get 6,000 on the floor, you're out. 6,000, now 61. 61 on the internet, you're out. Hot 61, 1, up to 1, up to 1, up to 1, up to 1, 61. 6,100 now would get 61, 1, up to 1, up to 6,100. 6,100 now to 61, now 2. Hot 62, 2, now would get 2, now would get 62. 6,200. Hot 6,200 to your turn. Hot 62, I got 62, now 3. Hot 62 on the floor, now 3 on the internet. You're out. Hot 62, now 3, double to 3, double to 3, double to 3, double to 3, forward. 6,200 now 3. Hot 6,200 now to 3, double to 3, double to 3, double to 3, double to 62. Now 3, now 4. At 4 on the floor, you're out. 6,400, sir. 6,400 now to 63 and 4. 6,300 on the internet, now 4. At 4 on the floor, you're out. 6,400. 64, now 5. Gave it a 5, hot up at a 5, hot up at a 5, hot up at a 5. On the internet, you're out. You are out. I got 64 on the floor. Now 6,500. 65, hot up at a 5, hot up at a 5, hot up at a 5, a bit of 5, a 5, a 5. 6,500 now to get 5, hot up at a 5, hot up at a 5, hot up at a 5, forward. 64 on the floor. Now 5. Gave it a 5, hot up at a 5, hot up at a 5. Thank you. Now 6,600 on the floor. You're out again. That's 6,600, sir. 6,500 on the internet. 6,600 on the floor. Would you get 6,600, sir? Hot 6,600 now. Would you get 6,600? 66 and now 7. Hot $7,000 now. Would you get 7? 7. I got 66. Now 7. You're out on the internet. 67. Hot 67. 7 now. Would you get 7? 7 now. Would you get 7? 7 to help yourself here. Hot 6,700 on a bid. $6,700 now. Would you get 7? 7 now. Would you get 7 and now 8, sir? Hot 8 now. But it on the floor. You're out again. 6,800. 6,800 now. Would you give 8 now? But an 8 now. But an 8 now. But an 8 forward. 6,800. Hot 6,800 now. Would you give 8 now? But an 8 now. But an 8 forward. 6,800 now. Would you give 8 now 9. Hey, but a 9 now on the internet, you're out. I got 68 on the floor, now 9. Hey, but a 9, forward, but a 9, would you get 900? 6,900. Hot 6,900 now, would you get 69? Would you get 69? 68 now, 9, but a 9, forward, but a 9, but a 9, we get $900. At 9, thank you, now 7,000. Hot $7,000 bid. Hot $7,000 now, would you get 7? 7 now, would you get 7 forward? Hot 7,000, sir. Hot $7,000 now, what do you got? You got 69 on the internet. Now 7 to you. Hot 7 now, what do you get 7? 7 now, what do you get 7? 7 now, what do you get 7 forward, sir? What do you say? 7,000. Now 71. Hot 71. Internet, you're out. Hot 71. I got 7,000 on the floor. 71, you're out. Hot 71. 1 up at a 1, 1 up at a 1, 1. Now 71. 71. Internet, you are out, 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 out. 71. Give me 71. That's 71. Thank you. Now 2. 72. 72, sir. 72, 2. Now we can do 2. Now we can do 2. Now we get 72. 72. I got 71 on the internet. 72. Hot 72, 2. Now we can do 2. Now we can do 2. Now we get 72. Hot 7200. 72 to bid to buy him, sir. When you get 72, it's your turn. Hot 72, 72. Now when you get set, was that a bid, sir? 71, 2. 71, I'm going to do 2. Now we can do 2. Now we can do 2. Now with 71, 2. One more, 72. Thank you. Now 3. Internet, you're out. Hot 72, now 3. Hot 72, now but a 3, 3, now but a 3, 3, now but a 3, 3, now but a 3. What do you say? 7,200, now 3. You came here to buy it? Go right ahead and help yourself. 7,300. Hot 73, 4. Hot 74, 4. Now when you get 4, 4. Now when you get 74. Hot 74, 4. Now when you get 73 on the internet. 74 on the floor, you're out. Hot 74. Hot 74, 4. Now when you get 4. You got to feel bad when you get home if you don't get it bought. You probably will. 73, 4, sir. Hot 74. One more time. 74. 74, 4. Now when you get 74. 74. Thank you. Now 5. Internet, you're out. Hot 7,500. Hot 75. 75 to bid to buy. I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy. 75. 75. 75. You've been great bidders, but here we go. 74. Now 5. 74 the bid on the floor. Internet, you're out. It cost you 75 to get in. 75. 75 to bid to buy. I'm going to buy. 75. 75. 75. 75. 75. 6, sir. 76. Got 7,600. Now when you get 76. Hot 76. I'll tell you what, if you pay a little more than you think you should, it's not a big deal. Like I told you, it's going to be a 20, 30, 40, 50-year deal for your family. I got 75. Now 7,600. 76, sir. Hot 7,600. Hot $7,600. Was that a bid, sir? 76. Thank you. Now 7. You're out, internet. Hot 76 and out 7. 700 now when you get 7. 7 now when you get 7. 7 now when you get 7. 4. 76 and out 7. You all done? Hot 76 and 7. If you're done, we're done. Hot 76 and out 7. Hot 76 and out 7. 7 now when you get 7. 7 now when you get 7. 4. Hot 700. Hot 700. What do you say? Hot 76 and out 7. At 7. You better push that button pretty quick. Hot 76 and out 7. Internet, you're out. And I'm going to let her go pretty soon. 76 and 7. 76 and 7. What do you say? 76 and out 7. 7 now when you get 7. 7 now when you get 7. If you're all done, we're done. 76 and 7. What's that? Who are we waiting on? Hurry up. We're going to let her go. 76 and out 7. Hot 76 and out 7. 7 now when you get 7. 7 now when you get 7. If you're done, we're done. I got 7,600 on the floor. Would anybody give 7,700? Yes or no? What are you going to do? We are going to sell this property. We got 76, now 7. Hot 7, 7 now when you get 7. 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 Let her do 76 and 7. 76 and 7. Gone, gone, gone. Right over there, 7,600. Same as the last one. You want them all, don't you? Track 1 is gone. Track 1 and track 4. We got track 2 and track 3. There we go. We're going to take a little bit of a break right here now. All right. Huh? All right. Start it right back up. All right, let's go. All right, who give $7,000? We got track 2 and 3 left. 2 and 3, your choice. Take one or both. 1 and 4 are gone. All right. Who gives $7,000 to start it? $7,000. $7,000 now when you get 7. 7 now when you get 7. 7 now. Who give $5,000 real quick? $5,000 now when you get 5. 5 up to 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 5. When you get 5, sir, aim it a 5. Aim it a 5. Give 5 to start it. 5,000. You give 5. 4. Thank you. Now 5. Hot 4 down 5. At 4 down 5. Hot up to 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 4. The bid on the floor. Now 5. Hot 4 and 5. Here we go again now. 4 and 5. Hot up to 5. Hot up to help yourself here now. 4 down 5. Hot 4 down 5. Hot up to 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 5. The internet, you're out. 4 5. Hot 4 down 5. Aim it a 4 down 5. Hot up to 5. Hot up to 5. Hot up to 5. Okay, let's go 45 then. 4,500. Help yourself here. 45. Hot 45, when you get 45, when you get 45. Hot 45, when you get 45, when you get 45, when you get 45. I got 4,000 right over here. Now 45. 45 the bid. 45 hot up to buy, hot up to buy, hot up to buy, hot up to buy, 45, 45, 45 hot up to buy, hot up to buy, hot up to buy, hot up to buy, hot up to 45. Hot 45, hot up to buy, hot up to buy, hot up to 5. Whoa, everybody must have took a break again. I think they took a break. Should I take a break? We are going to take a break. Okay, we're going to go right over there. These guys are going to talk. We're going to take a break. We got 4,000.
Welcome back, everybody. Here, so just to recap there on tract 1 that sold for $7,600 an acre. We started off at 3,000 and went all the way to 7,600. So great sale on that. Tract 1 was 40.36 acres and it had 35.34 acres tillable with a CPI of 55.5. So great sale right there. And Brian, right now we have tracts 2 and 3 that are left. Tract 4 and tract 1 are gone. Right. So let's. Is there anything we can talk to these buyers that are looking at tract 2 or 3 and what these might offer them that maybe they don't know?
Right. Thanks, Tyler. There's a long list of internet registered bidders here. I'm looking at them, and we're calling them and we're talking to everybody. But all of you online, you know, what we have left is tract 2 and tract 3. Okay, we have a parcel that's 33 acres approximately, and then we have 108 acres. Now, the 33 acres, we are told from Rivanna Township, has 3 potential building sites, right? We currently have a bid at $4,000 per acre, and they could take tract 3, they could take tract 4, they could take them both, and the auction may be over. So, I think all of you internet buyers, you've been a little bit slower, and we've had to call you, and now you're kind of getting comfortable with the auction a little bit. So, 2 tracts left, tract 2, tract 3. Now, tract 3, 108 acres, up to 12 potential building sites. That's a lot of building sites.
Yeah, there's a lot of building sites.
At these kind of numbers, folks, it doesn't take long to take a look and go, this is some value here. 12 building entitlements, 3 building entitlements. They're all valuable. And, you know, it's something, it's time internet. You know, we're starting to wind down the auction. You've all hopefully gotten comfortable. You hit the bid button. And, you know, as far as renting this out, there's many qualified operators to operate this in the interim. This is good farm ground. You can do what you want with it. You have good access to both tracks. Parcel 3 will have access through Orlando off the easement, and Parcel 3, the 108 acres, will have access, deeded access, off from 190th. So, Craig, I want to kick back to you. You did an analysis on rents, production. Why don't we talk just a little bit about that for some of the folks watching online, what the rents may be as far as a return on this, while you're waiting maybe for potential future development.
Sure, Brian. So, you know, we kind of looked at it this a little bit ago, but, you know, we looked at how this would have performed with a flex lease using actual 2022 numbers. So looking at the corn and soybean yields and having a third of the corn gross production go to rent and 40% of the beans gross production go to rent. You know, we come in at about $199 or, you know, probably close to about $200 on this farm. So decent rent, you know, if you're waiting for development. It's going to pay the bills and make sense. You know, as we look kind of how that would perform over time, you know, 12.49% is kind of our estimate of how this would perform, considering 6.5% annual land appreciation and crop prices continuing to rise at the 50-year average. So it's not too bad. The rent is good. The return should be good. But this doesn't consider any development possibility.
Correct. I mean, that's why I'm thinking, Craig, talking about this, looking at those numbers, helping our online viewers understand at this type of price with those type of yields and that kind of rent, why you wait on this investment. We all know land is a great investment.
Yep.
Time, and again.
Oh, absolutely. Just look at the charts he just put up there. I mean, you see this gradual climb over time. Obviously, if, you know, it's not a future indication, but we keep on saying they're not making any more land.
Right. Good point. We did get an online. We have a bid of $4,250.
Yep.
We're asking for $4,500. We're going to start the auction back up again. And folks online, it's time to bid. And I'm going to turn it back over to Greg.
Yo, we got 4250 online with a new bidder. Give me 4,500, sir. 45. Hot 4,500 now. Want to give 4,500 out of bid? 45. Now we get 4250. Now 5. 45. Thank you. Now 7.5. Online, you're out. I got 45 on the floor. Now 7.5. Hot 45, 7.5 to get 45, 750. 45 and an out, 7.5 to get 750. Hot 45 and an out, 7.5. Hot 45 now 7.5 to get 45. Now 7.5. Online bidder, you are out. Hot 45 right here on the floor. Now 7.5. Hot 45 now 7.5 to get 45, 750. 45 now 7.5 to get 45, 7.5. Got 45 now, 7.5 to get 7.5 to get 7.5. What do you say? 45, 750. 45, 7.5. 7.5. Thank you. Now 5,000. Hot $5,000 down to get 5. Was that a bid, sir? $5,000 down to get 5. 5 number to 5. 5 number to 5. 5 number to 5 forward. 5,000. That $5,000 on the floor. 5,000. Thank you. Now 2.5. At 5,000, 52.50. I got 5,000 on the floor. Internet bidder, you're out. At 5,000, now 250. At 5,000, now 200 down with a 50 down with a $50 bid. 5,000, now 250. At 5,000, now 200 down with a 50 down with a $50 down with a $50 bid for it. 5,000, now 200 down with a 50 down with a 50. 5,000, now 200 down with a 50 down with a 50 down with a $50 bid. What do you say? At 5,000, now 250. At 5,000, 250, now 5. Hey, but a 5 down with a 5,500. 5,500 now. What do you get 55? Hot up at a 55. What do you get 55? 55. Help yourself here. Hey, but a 55. Hot up at a 55. Hot up at a 55. 55. Hot up at a sir. What do you get 5,500? 5,500. 5,500 now. What do you get 55? Hot up at a 55. 55, sir. 55. 55. Thank you. Now 7.5. Internet, you're out again. I got 55 right over here. Now 7.5. Online, you're out. At 55 on the floor. Now 7.5. At 55, now 7.5 to get 55, 7.5. 55 and now 7.5 to get 55. Now 750. 700 now with a 50 now with a 50 now with a $50 bid for it. 55 on the floor, 7.5. You're out. Internet, you are out. New bidder, you're out. At 55, 7.5. 7.5. 6,000, sir. $6,000 now. Would you get $6,000 now? Would you get 6? $6,000 now. Would you get $6,000 now? Would you get 6,000? $6,000 now. Would you get $6,000 for now? Would you get $6,000? $6,000, sir. That's $6,000 now. What do you get 6,000 now? What do you get 6,000? I got 57.5. Online, 6,000. Thank you. On the floor, I got 6,000. Now 62.5. Online, hot 62.5. What do you get 62.50? 6,200 now with a 50 now with a 50 now with a 50 now with a $50. Hot 62.50. I got 6,000. Now 200 now with a 50 now with a 50 now with a $50 bid. 62.50. 6,200 now with a 50. Online, you're out. You are out. Bidder number 194, you are out. We got 6,000 on the floor, 62.50 to you. If you want to buy this piece, these two pieces, you better jump on board. At 6,200 now with a 50 now with a 50 now with a $50 bid. 6,200 now 50. What do you say? 62.50. 62.50 now 5, sir. 65. Hot 65. Hot up at a 5. 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 Online, you're in. On the floor, you're out. 6,500. At 6,500. 6,500. At 6,500 now. What do you get 65? Hot up at a 5. Hot up at a 5. Hot up at a 5 forward. $6,500. At 6,500 now. What do you get 6,500? 6,500, sir. What do you get 65? 65. What do you get 65? What do you get 65? 65 to bid a buy, 65. I got 62.50 here. Now 5, sir. At 65, and it's your turn. At 65, 65. 65, 65. What do you say? 65? Hot 65, what do you get 65? What do you get 65? What do you get? Say, help yourself. 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 6,500. And away we go. 65. Hot 65, what do you get 65? What do you get 65? What do you get? Says one more time, probably. 65, 65. Hot 65, what do you get 65? What do you get 65? 6,500 now. What do you get 62.5? Right here. Now 65, sir. You've been a great bidder. 6,500. Got 6,500. What do you say? 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65. He wants to. 65. Got 6,500. 6,500. What do you say? That's 6,500. Hot 65. What do you get 65? What do you get 65? 6,500. Hot 65, 65. How about 63.5? 63.50. Thank you. Now 5. I got 63.50 on the floor. Now 65. Hot 63.5 on the floor. Now 6,500. Got 6,500. Internet bidder, you're out. Hot 65. 65 to bid. I'm going to buy. 65. 6,500 now. What do you get 65? What do you get 65? What do you get 65? What do you say? You all done? If you are, we are. 65. Hot 65. Hot up to 5. 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 Hot up to 5 forward. 63.5 on the floor. Now 65. If you're done, internet bidder, we're going to put her in the bank. 6,500. Hot 65, hot up to 5, hot up to 5, hot up to 5, hot up to 5, hot up to 5. What do you say? 65? 65, hot up to 5. I'm going to let her go. 60, 65. Thank you. Now 600. Hot 65 and now $600, sir. 65 and now 600 on the floor. You're out. That's 65. Now 600. That's 600. Now what do you get 600 out of? What do you get 600? Hot 65 on the internet. Now 65. Now 600. 65, sir. 65. 65, 65, 65, 65. Here, help yourself. Got 6,500. Got 65. Like I told you, I sold one this morning for over 15,000, and I'm going to tell you, no way it was that much better. I got 65. Give me 6,600. 6,600. Hot 6,600. Help yourself here. 6,600. You could use it for two things. You could farm it or you could put houses on it. $6,600. Got $6,600. Now what do you get? 6,600. 6,600. 6,600, what do you say? 66, 65, 6, 66. Thank you. Now 7. Hot 7 and you're out. Hot 7, 7, 7. I'm in over here. 66 on the floor. Now 7. Hot 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7. On the internet, you're out again. I'm going to put her in the bank here because the old boy's getting tired. 66, now 7. That's 66 and now 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 4. 66 on the floor. Now 7, sir. 7. You've been a good bidder. It's up to you. 67. Hot 67, 7, 7 at 194. You're out. Hot 66 and 7. What are you going to do? 66 and 7. I'm going to let her go. 66 and out 7. You better be pushing that button. Got 66 and out 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 4. 66 and 7. I think he's done. That's 66 and out 7. Hot 66 and out 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 4. He knows how to push that button. 66 now 7. Hot 66 and out 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 7. Now what do you get? 7, 4. Hot 66 and out 7, 7. Now 7. I got now 8. Hot 8. Now what do you give? 8, 8. Now what an 8, 8. Now what an 8, sir. Hot 67 and now 8. Hot 8. Now 8. What do you give? 8. Hot 8. Down to give 8, 8. I got 67 on the internet. Now 8, sir. Hot 800. Now what do you give? 8, 8. Now what an 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 8, 4. 67 and now 8. Hot 67 and now 8. Now what do you give? 8, 8. Now what an 8, 8. Now what an 8. Now what do you give? 8. Hot 67, now 8. Hot 67 and now 8. Now what do you give? 8, 8. I'm 6,700 here. Now 8. Brian, I'm trying to get 68 out of him. 68, sir. Would you give 68? That's 68. 67. Now 8. Hot 8. Now what do you give? 8, 8. Now what an 8, 8. Now what an 8. And we quit talking to him so I can get him to bid one more time. 67. Now 8. Hot 8. Now what do you give? 8, 8. Now what an 8, 8. You guys walk away over there. Get out of there. 67. Now 8. Hot 67 and now 8. Hot 67 and now 8. Now what do you give? 8, 8. Would you give 68? Thank you. Now 9. Hot 9. Internet bidder, you're out again. 68 now 9, but a 9, but a 9, 4, but a 9, 9, but a 9, but a 9. What are you going to do? I got 68 on the floor. $6,900 to you, sir. And away we go. Bidder number 194. What do you give? 69. 68 now 9. I got 68 here. Now 9. Hey, but a 9, 9, but a 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 9, 4, but a 9, 4. 68 now 9. One more time. I'm going to let her go. 68 now 9, but a 9, but a 9, but a 9, 4, but a 9. What do you get? 9. 68 now 9. 68 now 68 now 9. 68 now 9, but a 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 9, 4. Now we get 68 now 9. Hot 68 now 9. Hot 68 now 9, but a 9, but a 9, but a 9. Internet bidder, you better be pushing that button because I'm going to let her go. 68 now 9. Hot 68 now 9, but a 9, but a 9, but a 9, but a 9, 4. But a 9. I don't know what everybody's waving their hands for, but 68 now 9. 68 now, or I'm going to take a break.
Welcome back, everybody. Here, so we're taking a quick recess. We do have some online bidders that we're on the phone with and seeing where they're at. But here in between, we do have tracks 2 and 3 that are still available. And just to remind everybody here, track 2 is 33.36 acres, and 26.73 of that is tillable with a CPI of 41.6, and it does have 3 building entitlements. And tract 3 is 108.46 acres with 77.14 tillable acres, the CPI of 38.5. Now, lower CPI, but it has 12 building entitlements. And just like Greg said earlier, and I know just from building a few houses myself, this is the type of dirt that you like to build on. There's not a ton of topsoil. You've got great base, to go and build houses on, and it ends up being, a better. You've got rolling hills that it makes for better, walkouts, things of that nature here. So this tract here with both tract 2 and 3 is great building, building sites, that are on there, but. We'll continue this here soon. We're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we're going to get back to the auction, and we're going to sell track 2 or 3 or both when we come back.
Okay, we have 6,800 on the floor. We're going to sell. This farm's going to have a new owner today, all of them. So if you're going to bid on it, you got to bid on it now. We're not going to have any more recesses. I just got 69 on the internet. Would you give 7,000, sir? $7,000. 7,000 on the floor. You're out. We're going to sell this farm. Would you give 7? Hot $7,000 now. Would you get 7? Now would you get 7? Now would you get 7,000, sir? $7,000 now. Would you get 7? Now would you get 7? Now would you get 7? I got 69 on the internet. Now 7. Hot 7. Now would you get 7? Now would you get 7? Now would you get 7 for it? 7,000. Hot $7,000 now would you get 7? 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 7,000. Hot 7,000. Hot $7,000 now would you get 7? Now would you get 7? I'm going to sell it. I got 69 now. 7, sir. Hot 7,000. You bid a great bidder. What do you say? 7,000. You all done? He's done. 69 now. 7. Hot 7. Now would you get 7? Now would you one more time? 7,000. $7,000. Just another $100. That's $7,000 for it. Got $7,000 now. But you get what? You got 1 and 4. You might as well have this one too. The other two. Hot $7,000 now. But you get 7. Are you sure? 7,000. One more time. You all done? It's all done. He's done. We're done. I am going to put it in the bank. Sold. Internet bidder. 194 for 6,900. You want them both? You want them both? The sale will be over. You guys in the other room better call him up and ask him if he wants them both.
Welcome back, everybody. So we just sold tract 2, and it sold for $6,900 an acre. We started off at $4,000 an acre, got all the way to 69. So tract 2, smaller piece. Like I said earlier, it was 33 acres, and with 26 acres of tillable here. So that's a great sale, great price. We do have tract 3 that is left. And just to remind everybody again, tract 3 is 108 acres with 77 acres of tillable with a 38.5 CPI. When we come back here for the auction, we're going to sell tract 3. So stick with us. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you right back here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we changed auctioneers. My name's Sonny. I'm going to be selling the last tract of the day here. Tract 3, we've got $3,000. Who'd give $4,000 on it? Down here, damn it, I'm poor, damn it, I'm 4,000. Hit 3,000, 4, damn it, I'm here, 3, here, here, we got 3,000 on the 4. You got to be 4,000 online. Hit 4,000, damn it, I'm poor, damn it, I'm 4,000. Not damn it, I'm here, 4,000. Hit 4,000, damn it, I'm poor, damn it, I'm 4 down. Who give 35? Hit 3,500, down 3,500, damn it, I'm 35, 3,000 on the floor, 35. Hit 3,500, damn it, I'm 35, 35, damn it, I'm 5. Hit 35, online, you want to do it? Hit 35, hit 35 at 5, 35 at 35 at $100, damn it, at 35, hit 35, 3,000 on the floor, 35, hit 35 at $5, damn it, at 35 at 5, 35, 35, hit 35 at $100, damn it, at 35, 3,000, 35, hit $3,500, damn it, at 35, $500, damn it, at 35 at 3,000, 35, hit 3,000, $3,500, damn it, at 35, 35 at online, you want to do it? Hit 35, hit 35, $3,500, damn it, at here, 35 at 5, 35 at 3,000, 35, hit 3,000, not at 35 at here, 35, 35 at here, 5 hit 35, 35, thank you. Now 4,000, hit 4,000, you're out on the floor, hit 4,000, not at 4, damn it, 4,000, not at 35, online, 4,000, you got to be 4, hit 4,000, not at 4, hit 4,000, have it at 4, damn it, 4,000, hit 4,000, 35, online, now 4, hit 35 at here, here in 4,000. Hit 4,000. Have it in 4,000. Have it in 4,000. Hit 4,000. Down here. Down. Put it here in 35. Have it in 4. Hit 35. 4. Hit 35. Have it here in 4. Here in 4. Hit 35. 4. Hit 3,500. Damn it in 4,000. Hit 4,000. Damn it in 4. Damn it in 4,000. Damn it in 4. What are they thinking over there? Hit 4,000. Damn it in 4. Hit 35. 4. Damn it in 4,000. Have it in 4,000. Damn it in 4. Hit 4,000. 4,000, sir. Hit 4,000. Damn it in here in 35. Damn it in 4,000. Damn it in 4. Hit 4,000. Have it in 4. 4,000. Down here. Down. Put it here in 4. Hit 4,000. Have it in 35. Have it in 1,000. 35 online. Gotta be 4. Hit 35 out of 4. Hit 35 out of it here in 4,000. Damn it in 4. Hit 35 out of it here in 4,000. Damn it in 4. What are you thinking? 4,000. 4,000. 4,000 damn it in 4. Hit 4,000 down 35. 4,000 down here and put them here and put it in 1,000 damn it in 4. Hit 35 now 4 down 35 here and it in 4,000. Hit 4,000 damn it in 4 down damn it in 4 damn it in 4. What do they say? Hit 4,000 damn it in 4 35 here and put it in 4. 37 and a half. Would you do that? Hit 37 and a half. Hit 37 and a half. Here in 37. 50 down 37 and a half. Hit 35. 37 and a half. Hit 35 and a half. Here in 7 and a half. 37 and a half. 37 and a half. Hit 35 and a half. Here in 7 and a half. 37 and a half. Here in 35 and a half. Here in 7 and a half. Hit 35. 37 and a half. Hit 35. 7 and a half. Here in 35 and a half. Here in 7 and a half. What do you say over there? Hit 35. 37 and a half. 35 online. 37 and a half. Hit 37 and a half. 37 and a half. Here in 35. 37 and a half. Here down 37 and a half. Hit 35. 37 and a half. Here in 37 and a half. Hit 37 and a half. Here in 30 down at 7 and a half. Here down 7 and a half. 37 and a half. What do they say over there? Hit 37 and a half. 37 and a half. Here in 35 online. Now 7 and a half. Hit 35. 37 and a half. Hit 35 and a half. Here in 7 and a half. Here down 35 and a half. Here in we got 4,000 who'd give 4,500 down 40. How about 42 and a half? Hit 42 and a half. 44,000. 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. 42 2 2 here to have it on 4,000. 42 and a half. Hit 4,000. Have it on 2 and a half. Hit 4,000 down 2 and a half. You're all down. You're all out on the floor. Hit 42 and a half. We got 4,000 online. 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. Here down 42 and a half. Here down 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. Here down 42 and a half. Here. What do you say in the back? Hit 42 and a half. 42 and a half. 4,000. 42.50. Hit 42.50. You want to do it? Hit 42.50. 42.50. Damn it on 42 and a half. Hit 42.50. Down damn it on 4,000. 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. Here down 42.50. Hit 42 and a half. It on here down 42 and a half. It on here down 40. Damn it on here down 2 and a half. It on 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. 42 and a half. 42 and a half. Hit 4,000. 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. It on here down 42 and a half. It on 42 and a half. It on 42 and here down half. It on here down 42 and a half. Hit 4,000. 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. 42 and a half. 42.50. Hit 42.50. 42 and a half. 42 and a half. 42 and a half. Hit 4,000. 42 and a half. Hit 4,000 online. Gotta be 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. Here and 42 and a half. Hit 42 and a half. 42 and a half. Here and 42 and a half. How about 41? 4,100, 4,000, 41, hit 41, one, hit 4,100, damn it, 1, hit 44,000, 41, hit 4,100, damn it, 1, hit 41, sir, you want to do it? Hit 4,100, damn it, 4,100, damn it, 4,000, 41, hit 41, damn it, 4,100, damn it, 1, hit 4,100, damn it, 4,000, 41, hit 4,000, damn it, bon, come on, you want to do it? Hit 41, here, 41, here, 40,000, 4,000, 41, hit 41, sir, hit 41, here, 4,000, 41, hit 4,000, here, 4,000, online, gotta be 41, hit 41, hit 41, here, 41, hit 4,000, 4,100, hit 4,000, hit 41, hit 41, hit 41, hit 4,100, damn it, 41, hit 4,100, damn it, here, 4,000, 41, hit 4,000, down 41, down 41, we got 41, we have 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, have it, 4,100, damn it, here, 1, hit 41, we got 41, hit 4,100, damn it, here, 1, 41, 4,000, 41. We're going to take a little recess, and we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, everybody, here. So We started off here at $3,000 an acre, and we are now at $4,100 an acre here. And so I just want to recap a little bit too. So this was selling in 4 tracks here today. Now we started an hour and 40 minutes ago, and the first track that we sold was tract 4 that sold for $31,500 an acre. Next, we ended up selling tract 1 at $7,600 an acre, and then we sold tract 2 at $6,900 an acre. Now, tract 3 is not too much different than tract 1 and 2 here, and right now we're sitting at $4,100 an acre. So a great buy going on right there at the moment here. So if you're thinking about buying, this here is a great buy. Lots of building potential. So not only can you get great income off this farm, but you have the potential for development long-term down the future as well. So if you're looking to buy a great farm, this one's it. We're going to take a quick short break here, and when we come back, we're going to be right back at the auction.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just got confirmation online and on the floor here. We are selling it. It's going to be gone. Everyone's going to have a new farm today. So we're selling it. We got confirmation. Here we go. We have 4,100. Who'd give 4,200? Hit 4,102. Down 4,100. Damn it, bid in 222. $4,200. Damn it, 2. Hit 4142. Damn it, bid 2. It's going to be gone. Hit 4,200. Down 41, 42, 42, 42, $4,200. Damn it, 2. Hit 41, 42. Damn it, bid in 2. Here in 2. Done. Here in 2. Here in 2. Hit 41, 4,200. Damn it, bid in 41, 2. Down 222. $4,100. Damn it, 2. Hit 41. Here in 2. Here in 2. $4,200. Damn it, 2. Hit 41. Online now 2 down 2 down 2 here to 2 hit $4,100 damn it bid 2 down 2 down 2 down 2 down $200 damn it bid 1 2 hit $4,100 damn it 2 damn it 2 damn it made 41 now 2 hit $4,102 down $200 damn it here to 2 done here to 2 you want to do it 200 damn it 2 damn it 2 it's going to be gone hit $200 damn it made 41 42 42 42 $4,200 damn it 2 hit 41 42 hit 41 42 what do you say in the back hit 4,200 4,200 42 42, 41, 42, hit 42, now 3, hit 43, $4,300, damn it, here to 2, damn it, 3, hit 42, $4,300, damn it, 3, damn it, 3, damn it, $300, damn it, 3, hit 42, online, now 3, hit 42, damn it, 3, down $300, damn it, buried in 2, damn it, here and 3, down 3, down 3, damn it, here and 3, damn it, 3, hit 42, 3, hit 42, here and 3, damn it, 3, down 3, down 3, down $300, damn it, here and 3, damn it, 2, 3, hit 42, damn it, here and 3, down 3, down 3, damn it, here and 3, damn it, 3, hit 42, 43, hit 42, damn it, 3, 3, 42, online, now 3, hit 43, come on, hit $4,300, damn it, and 3, damn it, I'm here and 3, damn it, here and 3, down 3, down 3, damn it, and 3, hit 42, 3, hit 42, 3, hit 42, damn it, here and 3, damn it, and 3, what do you guys say over here, 43, hit 43, 43, you sure, hit 43, 43, 43, $4,300, damn it, I'm here and 2, damn it, and 3, hit 4,300, damn it, and 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, damn it, here and 2, damn it, and 3, hit 43, 43, hit $4,300, damn it, I'm here and 2, damn it, and 3, hit $4,300, down there, down 3, down 3, down 3, damn it, and 4, hit 4,400, hit 43, online, up 4, 4,400, damn it, and 4, damn it, and $4,400, damn it, and 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, damn it, and 4,400, hit 43, 44, hit $4,400, damn it, and 4, damn it, and 4, damn it, and $400, damn it, and 4, damn it, and 3, damn it, and 4, hit 4,400, damn it, and 4,400, damn it, and 4, hit 4,400, 44, 44, $4,400, damn it, and 44, hit 4,400, damn it, and 4,400, damn it, 43 online, gotta be 44, hit 44, 44, damn it, and 4, 44, and 4. There's a lot of timber in parcel 3, a lot of timber. 4,400, hit 44, 43, 44, $4,400, damn it, 43 online, got to be 44. Hit 4,400, 44, he's out. Hit 4,400, damn it, 4,400, damn it, 4. Hit 4,400, damn it, 4,400, 43, 4. Hit 43, 44, 44, now 5. Hit 45, got to be 45 in the back. Hit 4,500, damn it, 5. 4,500, got to be 45. Hit 45, 45, $4,500, we got 44 online, got to be 45. Hit 4,500, hit 45, hit 45 at 5, hit 45, 5, 5, 5, 45 at 44, now 5, 45, 45, a lot of timber, hit 4,500, damn it, 45, hit 4,500, damn it, 5, 5, 5, 5, 45 at 100, damn it, 5, hit 44, 45, hit 44 at 5 at 5, 5, 5, 45 at 100, damn it, 5, hit 45, 45 at 5 at 5 at 5 at 5, hit 44, 45, hit 44 at 500, damn it, 5 at 5, 45, 45, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4,500, damn it, 5, hit 45, hit 45 at 5, down at 44, 45, 5, 5, 45 at 100, down at 5. New owner today, I tell you what. New owner today, your last chance to buy the farm here. We're going to be selling it, so you buy it here, you buy it today. Here we go. 4,500. Hit 45, 45, 45, 44, 45. Hit 45, 5. Hit 4,500. Dollar damage. 5. Burden 45, 5, 5, 45, 100. Dollar damage. 5. Hit 45. Hit 45. Hit 45, 5. $100 damage. 45, 5, 45, 5, 5, 5, 4500 dollar damage. 44, 45. Hit 45. Hit 45, $100 damage. 45, 5, 5, 45. What do you say? Way in the back there. 45. 4,500, hit 44, 45, hit 44, here and 44 online, now 5, hit 4,500, hit 4,500, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4,500, 100, damage, 44, 45, hit 45, hit 4,500, 5, 45, 45, 5, 5, 5, 4,500, 500, 44, 45, 46, hit 45, 6, hit 45, 600, damage, 45, online, now 6 here, hit 45, here and 6 here, down 45, figure down 600, here and 45, 6, hit 45, 4,600, damage, 45, 6 here, damage, 45, here and 600, here and 6 down, hit 45, 6 here, damage, 45, damage, 45, 6, hit 45, 6 here, damage, 45, 6. What does anybody say on the floor? Hit 45, 6, hit 45, damage, 6 here, damage, 45, damage, 6, hit 45, 6, hit 45, damage, 600, damage, 6 here, down 45, 600, damage. We got one online, and the other one online is out. So you got to be 4,600. Hit 46, hit 4,600, damage, 5, 6 here, down 45, 4,600, damage, 6, hit 45, 600, damage, 5, 600, damage, 5, 6, hit 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, hit 45, 4,600, damage, 5, 6, hit 45, 4,600, damage, 600, damage, 5, 6, hit 45, 46, 4,600, damage, 600, damage, 6. I think we're going to take another recess, and we'll be right back, and we will sell the farm. It'll be gone. So we're going to take a little recess, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody here. So just to recap here, we start off at $3,000 an acre, and we are now all the way up to $4,500 an acre here. So good solid bidding here. Like I said before, we had first tract we sold today was tract 4, sold for $31,500, and after that we had tract 1 at $7,600 an acre, and then tract 2 at $6,900 an acre. So we're at $4,500 an acre on this one here. And so just to remind everybody here, what tract 3 has again is it is 108 acres with 77 acres of tillable. It does have 12 building entitlements, and if you look at this thing, you can see there is a lot of places that you can build some tremendous homes over there with some great views. So if you're thinking about buying or buying a property here, this is a great buy at a great price still here. So stick with us here. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to sell this farm.
All right, we're going to be selling it this time. So you're thinking about buying it, you hop on here. We're not going to take too much longer. We're just going to go after it. Here we go. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, 6. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, 6 here. Damage, 45, damage, $600, damage, 6. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, 5, 6. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, $600, damage, 5, 6. Hit 45, 600, damage, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Hit $5, damage, 45, damage, $600, damage, 45, damage, 6 here. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, 45, 6. Y'all done? Hit 45, 4,600, damage, 6. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, 5 here, 6 here, down 45, 4,600, damage, 6. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, y'all done. Hit 45, 600, damage, 45, damage, $600, we good to go. Hit 45, 4,600, damage, 6. Sold $4,500, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it back over to the men in black over there.
Thank you very much, Sonny here. So tract 3 sold for $4,500 an acre. We start off at $3,000 an acre here. And just to recap once again there, we had tract 4 went first, and that was a buildable tract, 2.66 acres, sold for $31,500 an acre. And then next we had tract 1 go for $7,600 an acre, and tract 2 at $6,900 an acre. And now we just sold this tract 3 at $4,500 an acre. Now, Craig, based on your financial analysis, what kind of numbers did we end up having for selling this farm, and what did that end up looking like for you, and prices and everything else?
Sure. So Tyler, kind of looking at it overall, our average price per deeded acre overall was $12,625. But if we take out tract 4, because it's such an outlier, we're at about $6,333 per acre.
Yeah.
Deeded on average.
Yeah.
For looking at that on tillable, it's about 120-ish per acre tillable total average. But if we just look at the first 3 tracks, that's about 78-72 tillable. So good, nice, strong sale.
No, that's a strong sale for what it is. Absolutely.
Yep. Total sale price of just a little over $1.1 million.
Yeah, excellent sale.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think think that's a great sale one way or another, and some really good numbers from what I've seen, on a lot of the stuff that's been selling here across the Midwest. Well, we would like to thank all of our bidders that participated today, and we'd especially like to thank our sellers for trusting us to auction off your property here today. Our auction calendar is filling up. We have our next auctions coming up on February 8th at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, it's 821 acres in Hartley County, Texas, and at 2 p.m., we have 53 acres in Mower County, Minnesota. Then we go to February 11th at 10:30 a.m. It's an in-person auction in Shelby County, Indiana. And once again, we're back on February 18th, back in on an in-person auction, and this is in Freeborn County at 10 a.m. Then on February 21st at 10 a.m., we have 257.56 acres in Steele County, Minnesota. And then at 2 p.m. on the same day, 141 acres in Dakota County, Minnesota. Next, we go to February 22nd at 10 a.m. We have 82 acres in Dodge County, Minnesota. And then at 2 p.m., we have 40 acres in Steele County, Minnesota. So we have a very, very full February for auction cast coming up. So if you're interested and you're thinking about buying or selling, keep Land Pros at the top of your list. You can connect with our team at landpros.com or the number on your screen at any time. Thanks again for joining us here at Land Pros, and have a great rest of your day.
A streamlined way with great team members to serve sellers and buyers.
Sold $20,500.
Live broadcast of an auction that we bring to
I'm gonna sell
them.
it. Sold. Property's choice. You can buy parcel 1, parcel 2, or parcel 3.
$5,000 offered. What do you give me? $5,500 and $5,000 down here. $55 pounds, $6,000 and $6,000 down here.
You've always heard in the real estate world, location, location, location. Well, that also comes into play when you talk farmland.
Increase in value, and its value is only going to increase over time. The numbers I said before are at 6.5%, which is the 50-year average annual appreciation in farmland.
An auction cast method with all of these wonderful things brought to the seller and buyer.